You guys are going to have to start telling the truth. You guys are going to have to stop telling me I'm mean, right? Or, you know, when it just comes to topics, you have to be willing to stand on what you say. You know, people like to talk about you know, what a man really is, or who's a real alpha or who's beta. I say it like this. There are only two people in the NBA I respect right now. That's one Kawhi Leonard and one Kyrie Irving. Now, Kawhi Leonard took the same steps as Kyrie did. He just didn't talk about it because that's Kawhi's MO. Now, anybody that knows who Kyrie is, what he stood up for, what he said, he is the only man out of out of all the NBA people that everybody looks up to that I look at and be like, this is a man. Somebody that stands on what they say. Now, I know that might be an extreme example compared to what I'm about to bring up right now. But people don't understand there are consequences to people not keeping it 100. There are real life consequences to people not keeping it 100. Because you see, we like to keep it 100 with certain people that we might feel over, or basically, simply put, men like to lie to women for various reasons. They think if they say their mind, either they're gonna lose them or they're not gonna get no peace leave from him in the long run, or they think that she's gonna tell your future wife what you said, you know. But there are consequences to not telling the truth. There have been way too many people that have ran across me, and I will say something, and they will just be shocked that I said it. They'll say, "Oh man, nobody's ever said that before," or "I didn't think you would say something like that." I'm like, so damn, they just automatically see me, and they just expect men or people that they deem below them to just simp for them off GP. So this is why I'm gonna bring this video up here. Okay, this is this lady here. Now she's kind of trolling, like her. Well, I'm just saying, like, she thinks she's right here, right? And she likes to. She's basically using her fatness to create a brand, right? So almost kind of like trolling her own self, but she's gonna still get the validation anyways. That's why I can't say it's really trolling, because she really believes that she's a marketing genius, but it's just a lot of thirsty dudes out there. So we have this content creator here. Her name is 11SB. She is a self-proclaimed fat. A plus size model, which is just a fat model. But so you see in her caption, "My plus size peers, do you go to the gym?" So right here, her shtick is to sometimes just basically go to these big public spots where a lot of people, and basically ask, "Would you date somebody that's plus size?" And basically, whatever answer that they give her, she tries to interrogate it and see the faulty logic behind that. And what I told you about the body positivity movement, I told you it's a scam, because I told you it's a scam. It's just a way because like I said, I told you before, fat women have never had problems getting a dude. They just couldn't get like the top tier dudes, whether it be physically, but mostly financially. They couldn't secure those top guys, right? And that's what the body positivity movement is about, because now that you see these so-called plus size models, you see their boyfriends, they're usually Chads, finance bros, basically top percentage dudes. A lot of them Chads, you know what I mean? Or Tyrones, right? That's their goal. So I'm going to show you an interview between a regular dude and the so-called plus size model. Here it is right here.
Would you date someone who's plus size?
No. I'd like to work out a lot, so I like someone who like has the same interests as me.
Do you go to the gym often?
Yeah, I try to.
So when you're at the gym, do you ever see
Fair use.
a big girl or a big guy?
Yeah.
So plus size people do go to the gym.
But
So would you date someone?
So let's analyze this video again. So she asked him, "Would you date someone who's plus size?" He says, he tries to be nice about it. And this is where I'm going to analyze this video for you real quick, step by step.
Someone who's plus size.
no.
So he says no, And the reason that he gives is because he says, I like to work out a lot. But people with real life experience understands what this man is trying to do. He's doesn't want to he's trying to be nice about it. He just is not attracted to fat women, which there is nothing wrong with that. But he's trying to be nice about it. Say, nah, I like to work out. I want somebody to work out with. I want somebody that takes, that goes to the gym. But really, he should just say, I'm just not attracted to fat women. Now, people might say that's mean, but the problem is when you're not saying the truth, you leave certain people in delusion land. You can't be leaving certain people in delusion land because they're going to end up affecting everybody else with their delusion.
I'd like to work out a lot, so I like someone who like has the same interests as me.
So he says, I just want somebody with the same interests as me. Now, she's going to try to dissect that to try to make him look stupid.
Do you go to the gym often?
Yeah, I try to.
So when you're at the gym, do you ever see a big girl or a big guy?
Yeah.
So plus people do go to the gym.
So this is her gotcha moment. You see that face right there. She's like, I gotcha. So in her mind, she thinks she outsmarted him. This is why you can't leave these people in delusion land, right? This is a problem. In my opinion, this is a problem. You can't leave these people in delusion land. It ends up affecting all of us, right? So in her mind, she won. And in the actual, reality of the situation, he was trying to be nice to her. Right? He was trying to be like, okay, let me not just say I'm not attracted to him. Right? I'm not attracted to them. Let me just say I just want somebody to go to the gym with. Dude, I would tell dudes, in my opinion, because I'm seeing a lot of younger dudes, they are struggling. I mean, like they're struggling. And I would tell them this, man. Homie, you might as well tell the truth. But in my opinion, you might as well be a monster out here. Let me tell you this from personal experience. The moment that I took my foot off the pedal, everybody pounced on me like I was meat. And I didn't even get credit for that. I didn't even get credit from the people that love me. That really the reason why I took my foot off the pedal, because I was tired of fighting off everybody. Let me put it full screen real quick. This is for my young people out here. You might as well be the bad guy, because I took my foot off the pedal, and people are not gonna just be like, you know what? He was just trying to be nice. He was just not trying to make enemies with everybody. The moment I stopped being the Titan, I stopped keeping people in check. That's when everything went downhill for me. Mentally, physically, mental health wise. You might as well just, like I said, like that's why I'm like, I'll say this, especially after I dropped out of college. I basically around 2018 or 2019, I basically made a vow, like I'm not finna hold back, especially after what I saw people literally give up their rights in 2020. I was like, oh, y'all just, these are the people that I'm supposed to be, pussyfooting around, trying to protect their feelings. Oh, nope. I'm not doing that no more. You guys got to start telling people the truth. There are way too many people that been coming across me, especially now where I am mentally now. It's just like people say the stupidest shit, and then I'm literally like, is nobody gonna call them out for being stupid, or am I gonna have to do this? It's like, you know what I mean? So it's we're in a bad time mentally wise, because now the delusion, once it spreads like that, the one person that tells the truth is the crazy guy. Or if I say something like, well, he was just trying to be nice to you, then automatically I'm an incel, or I'm a or hold on for a second, because I gotta show you at least some of these comments. I gotta show you at least some of them. So you see in the comments right here, the top comment says fat phobia at its peak, and look at the profile right here. Oh Lord. It says plus size woman here who goes to the gym, enjoys hiking to say we can be big and active. You see, this is the problem. They missed the point. The problem is when people are not telling the truth, people miss the big entire point. The point is he was trying to be nice. This has nothing to do with him not. What he should have done, because now he's going to be labeled fat. You're being labeled fat phobic anyway, and you were trying to be nice. You should have just said, I saw like another video that she did, and the dude said, oh, no, I don't be going out with fat bitches like that. He got less hate. He got more support. You might as well, homie, you got to just be the monster. You just got to keep it 100. Because if you say the truth the first time, there's nothing. Okay, you already put yourself out there. This is the truth. I stand on it. What can they do from there? If you're doing all these little, okay, I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, that's why I was saying. You see, this comment right here. It says he was trying to be polite. Take a hint, but that's the problem. People cannot take the hint. This is the big problem. People cannot take the hint. Let me see some of the replies to that. She says she pointed out his bad logic though. That's why he should have just went my route. Just say I don't like fat bitches, because they're still labeling him fat phobic, and he was trying to be nice. He's in the same sentence as me now. He's in my boat now, and you might as well should have said the truth, because I was already ahead of the curve. You was gonna call me some kind of phobia anyways. Like I said, when you're talking about, this is why I don't call them plus size models. I just call them models who are fat, or fat models, or the nicest term I can give them, obese models, right? Obtuse models, right? There is a place for them. I don't think it should be up on the billboard, but if somebody wants to put them up on a billboard, to sell more Lane Bryant gear, have at it. That's not my call, but it is what it is. And on top of that, let me because I already know. Hold on, I'll come back to that point. But you see how just like it's just still women ripping him, and he was trying to be nice. Oh Lord. And they're going at him for his logic. Like she made a point. She made 0 points. Oh man. They're still, and you see, look, they still are going off on him for how he said it. He should have might as well just said, hey, I don't like fat bitches. This is me. And it would have solved. What are you going to say? You're going to make me like fat bitches? That's what you're going to make me do? You can't, you see, so now you can't use no logic. I'm telling you what I like or what I don't like. What can you do from there? They can't do anything. Like I said, unfortunately, like now, I might be putting a church business out here, but it's somebody that regularly checks up on my channel, and he's talking about somebody that's basically obsessed with him, and it would be unfair for me to tell him, because if he looks, because I don't know what the guy looks like, but if he looks anything like what he says in his profile, pause, I see why that girl that has no business being around him is obsessed with him, even though he turned her down and she just follows him around like a mouse. I would me personally, it would be unfair for me to tell him, oh, just cut her off, because we're two different people. But I am always about consistency and truth. And since that I chase these two things, especially consistency, I see who the real villains are out here. I know that girl that's tagging him. I'm not going to say his name because he follows up on my channel. Me personally, I would have been cut that off. I would say, look, I do not want you around me. I have done this to people. Look, I don't, this is not my, I have people tell me, why don't you come here? I don't do that. And it's not me being arrogant. It's just, that's just not what I want to do. I just don't enjoy doing that. I'd rather not be around that. I'd rather just be home. You know what I mean? That's just me, because I want to do what I want to do with my free time. You know what I mean? Now, and on top of that, I'm not going to, if I know you're a villain, I'm not going to OD just tell you're a villain. I'm just going to get away from you, right? And just and just avoid it from there, and just not talk. I'm never going to initiate conversation with you, and eventually they take the hint. Eventually they take the hint. When you're not initiating, eventually they take the hint. Especially if you're like, if somebody like me, I'm not like no alpha or like I'm nobody out here really until they find out what I do. And then what I do, I just stop initiating. I mean, I never initiate, and I don't even make an effort to. And eventually they'll die off. Now, what I would tell that dude that's dealing with that girl, I would tell him, like, I told him to gradually, don't initiate it, just be gradual about it so she doesn't look at you so much as a villain. But knowing how I am, she's a poisonous person. And the reason why I wouldn't be around a woman like that is because I think she's trying to sneak her way in. She has like the girl that he was talking about, she has an incurable STD. And I would like I said, I think like girls like it, why I'm like, why is she still around you? Like me personally, I would like, no, because what happens is, why don't you have drinks? Women are not, they can't take L's. They're just she's just gonna keep. So if it was me, I would say, look, I don't hang out. I don't have people. I set my boundaries. Like, I don't let people come to my house. I don't let this happen. You have to set that boundary, or they're just gonna keep pushing. What's gonna happen is she's gonna offer him a drink. One thing's gonna lead to another, and then boom. And when you're hanging around a person like that, and then her friends know about you too now, no. That's too much. I would even hang out with her friends. But knowing who this man is, I have a feeling what this guy, I have a feeling what he is in real life. Because this is not like I said, like the people coming up now, the teenagers coming up now, they're not like the ones that they're not anybody that grew up in the early 2000s. Understand what I'm talking about? The jocks from yesteryear are not the jocks from today. All right. Like, have you ever watched, what's it, 21 Jump Street? Is that difference? I know what kind of guy this guy, I have a feeling what kind of person this guy is. Because if he was the average dude physically, she would have been, all right, he's not giving me no. If she's still hanging around, that means something physically about you she finds him intriguing enough and enough for her to tell her friends. That's why I would say disassociate from that person, because you don't want to be tied to that. You have to disassociate. Now, in his case, because I don't want to just tell dudes, just cut her off. Could you cut that bitch off? I know, like, people are different and situations are different, and you can't just, there's consequences to doing stuff like just cutting people off. Like, there's social consequences to being that guy. Trust me, I know. So that's why, but you have to gradually disassociate yourself from that. I kind of went left there, but you know, I had to stick that in there. I had to stick that in there. So homie, if you're watching, because I know you asked, you already know, because I already told you, you have to gradually. But if you are brave enough to just set that boundary and look, no more, you don't have to do it, because there will be social consequences for you doing that. But you have to find a way to disassociate yourself from that thing, because that thing is not, that's an enemy. You might not see it as that, but that's an enemy. That's an enemy of yours. And, you know, I could see it. That's an enemy. I'm one of those ninjas in the back. I'm the troll. I'm like the oh man, I sound like my old pastor. I'm like the old troll under the bridge, right? That knows a little bit about everything about everybody. Not because it's just like people put it like right in front of my face, and I just move on and act like they'll just think I didn't see it, even though I was right there and I saw it. And I'm telling you, these type of people, a lot, you know, the personalities and all that, there's no real, people are not that original. to put it frank. I know girls like that. The one that you said, she's an enemy. She's an enemy. She's like a tick that you got to remove from your life somehow, some way, somehow.